Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Today we're going to be talking about birth charts, going a bit further into it, but it's still going to be kind of a basic kind of thing. So basically, the birth chart is for you to find out more about yourself super uniquely, because when we come in on the energy frequency that we come in on, you have to understand that the time that we were born, the date that we were born, where the planets were, where the stars were, where every single thing was in that exact moment that you came in, actually is what makes you unique. It's what makes you different than everybody else. It's what makes you similar with that life path number and with your the planets and stuff, the degrees, even the degree of everything. And yet with that timing as well. That is what makes you unique to everybody else. Yet you are still the same. So what is so cool about it is that the birth chart calculator actually, especially if you know the time of birth, if you don't know your time of birth, it's still okay. You can still get a pretty decent window of who you are. The time makes it a little bit more accurate, but it doesn't really change it that much. It does and it doesn't. It's because as we go further with even people's own consciousness and their openness to stuff, they're able to create more for you because they have more understanding. You also have the power to do this with your own intuition. This is all what everything is intuition. And I'm going to go further and further about how to help you to build up your own intuition, to help you trust yourself, because we all have this ability. We are all similar. We all come from the same energy, and yet we decide what energy we wish to vibrate at. And that's what all of life is all about. So basically, in the birth chart calculator, all you have to do is go onto there and type in your birthday and your time and your name they ask, and also the country. If you don't have some of that info, like I said, again, you can still put it in and you can see what resonates with you. So basically, when you do that, nowadays, they have so much info on there. In the past, I'm not saying that they didn't have a lot of info, but they didn't show you as much of the stuff that might make you not want to see it because it's complicated for you because you don't understand it. Nowadays, they give you all the info. So basically, you get like the planetary alignments, sometimes you get the stars, you get, I don't want to get too far on this, but basically, the simple parts about your birth chart, let's call them the houses. So they call them the 12 houses. That's as well as the zodiac signs. So the zodiac signs is the constellation of the stars of where they were in alignment when you came in. And they are measured up against the sun. All of this is pretty much with the sun and the earth and then the planets and the moon and then how it comes in. So basically, at the moment, the zodiac considers some of the planetary bodies to be more of who you are. So basically you have what they call your sun sign, which is your rising sign, which is basically what they believe you came in on. That is also, I guess it does get complicated because there's also the south node and north node, the ascendant, which is, I think, the north node. Point being, that's all talking about the line of energy of when you came in, what crossed and happened. Oh, maybe that's why the cross, huh? Because that bam, boom, the X. So interesting, so many interesting things. Okay, so anyways, and then where the moon was and and then they also believe that certain planets have a bit more energy because they're larger, right? So basically Jupiter would have more of an effect, and same with Saturn, than Pluto would. But it doesn't mean that Pluto doesn't also affect, like everything affects, because truly, do you understand how gigantically huge these things are? If not, go onto YouTube and watch those videos where they compare the planets and the stars, because it starts with like Earth and then it's like bam, 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 and they're so big, like way bigger than our sun and universe. Some stars are bigger than like almost, a bunch of our planets combined. Like, think about that. It's so insane. Like, it is such a cool video. Maybe I'll post a link to that because I saw that so long ago and it really opened my eyes about how massive things are and how tiny we can be, and then yet how tiny everything can be and how big everything is. And it really gives you the micro macro of everything, and then how that's life. Everything is micro macro. It's constant. And I'm sorry for the people that don't like this term, but yes, as above, so below. And it's not a bad thing. What it means is that as small as everything is, it's the same as big as everything is. And as big as everything is, it's the same as small as everything is, because everything is made up of the same stuff. Everything. Stardust, gas, all of that, just chaos happening to create creation. And then look at all the creation that we have. It is so cool. Like, as if we have stuff like, what is this? What is this? So funny. Anyways, back to birth charts. Point being, it's so crazy that we can have this many people here on Earth right now, all the people before us and all the people to come, and yet we ourselves and everyone that has lived before is still unique in some way, and yet there are similarities. I mean, like, that is just so cool. So basically the birth chart shows you your uniqueness, as well as shows you your grouping. So in the houses, basically all the zodiac signs have their own houses that they come from, as well as the houses itself tells you what you're here working on. I'm sorry, I just noticed the numerology on my birth certificate, and I am now freaking out because they're the numbers I'm living right now, and I can't believe I never noticed that. Point being, that was crazy. Okay, point being, see, when things hit you and it keeps going, I mean, it is kind of overwhelming, which is why the universe, your angels, guides, God, everything, and yourself decides to give you the info in the amount that you can handle, the amount that you take. And if you say it's too much, I mean, they're going to listen to you and they're not going to give you more until you're ready for more, right? This is what life's about. It's all about you giving permission. And sometimes you don't realize what you give permission for. And that's the point, to start recognizing what's going on here. What are you putting out? What are you having here? Like, it's all about the connection to self, to know what is it you are putting out. Because so many of us are so busy, distracted in our minds of everyday life, we don't understand all the negative thoughts we're putting out there. Oh yeah, I know this is about birth charts, sorry. But it's really important about this stuff, because it will actually help you to, when you're authentic to self, realize what's happening. Not even that, I actually think reading the birth charts would help you to see how you might be at the moment and how that birth chart is resonating with you, and then you can see if you're aligned with that or not. Because in truth, I feel that when you read your birth charts and life path, you see the aspects of yourself that you're like, yeah, I am like that, or oh, I would like to be more like that, or oh, that's the darker side of that, and here's the lighter side of that. And when I say dark light, it's not a bad or good thing. It's just basically there's parts of you that are shadow side that you might want to work on, and there's parts of you that are light side. And you mean if you want to be the shadow side, be the shadow side, and if you want to be the light side, be the light side. If you want to be a balance, be the balance. There is no judgments here. It's honestly what you wish to experience, and that's the point of what the birth chart does, is because with the birth chart and how we came in, we actually come in on certain energy frequencies, and those energy frequencies actually decide our life path, our life purpose. It's what gives support. The energies give support to our lives of what we're meant to do, and that's what that is. So basically, when you have the birth chart, it will give you the degrees of planets of where you came in. It will give you the houses of what things you have to work out. Check out the houses, because they have the qualities. Like, some would be like, this house has to deal with like communication and like material realm, and this house has to do with more spiritual stuff, and this realm has to do with like you taking care of stuff with like family and stuff, and then this one has to do with communication. So there's a lot of things, and it can help you to narrow down if you're not sure of what you wish to do, because most of us actually don't know what our purpose is. Most of us don't even know how to find things out about ourselves, and this kind of stuff just helps, especially when it's like, whoa, that's kind of bang on, or whoa, that totally resonates, or whoa, that sounds like me. It so helps. And not just that, you don't have to just stick to one site. I was just telling my girlfriend the other day that I used to go to a whole bunch and read them both, and read them all, and kind of take little bits of stuff of ones that I felt did resonate. And in truth, so many did. I was really blown away, and that's why I'm here sharing this, is because I did that so long ago, and it has brought me here now. It helps you to accept yourself, it helps you to see parts of yourself, and it helps you to strive for parts of yourself that you know are within you that you weren't secure about, and yet this and this and this and this and this told you it's within you. Then that's when you reach for it, because it helps to build that confidence within you. It helps to build that interest, that spark, that inspiration, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so then they all will also give you the degree of ratio of where you come in on. Now, the other thing is, if you decide to take these birth charts into further readings with like psychics and readers and tarot readers, all this kind of stuff, oracle card readers, angel card readers, like any thing you wish to do with it. What was I going to say about this? It had something to do with, oh yeah, your they usually talk about your sun sign, your moon sign, and they usually talk about Venus. Anyways, on your ascendant, oh, I think that it is your sun sign. I feel like I'm missing one. Can't think of it right now. Or is it ascendant, sun, moon, rising? Sometimes I get them confused because sometimes I think it's one of them has like 3 different words for it. Is that the sun, rising, ascendant? Is that all the same? Just so you know, I'm not professional at this. So many people are. So if you want to check out their channels, do it. My stuff I do is really just, I'm not trying to go be like a reader or psychic. I just have abilities that I'm able to do a certain degree of it. And truth too, I'm not someone that picks up these things and dives into it the way people think you need to, because I really just read energy. That's all I do. Everything I do is just listening and reading energy. That's what I do. So please, if you wish to go further in the way that you wish to, do it. Don't have expectations of how things have to be done. Like, I'll give you an example. So I have cards. I love these cards. They're so beautiful. And I'm not talking about this deck, but I actually have a bunch of decks because I do a lot of healing work. So I actually went to go get a bunch of cards for healing. And certain people who were at the cards expected me, because I was buying so many, they're like, whoa, that's a lot for you to study. So certain people believe you need to study the cards to be able to do the cards. And for me, I actually pick up on energy. So I actually don't read the cards normally like how normal people would. At the same time, I can, but I just pick up on my intuitive hits, is because in truth, the cards actually have a lot of symbolism in it. And for the person, how they read it, it's at the moment what stands out to them. And through what stands out to them is what tells the story. And that's how it's authentic to that person and resonates for that person uniquely. My point being, with your birth chart, it's going to resonate with you uniquely. It's not going to be something that's like, oh, that person beside you is like, oh yeah, I can see that too. And oh, I can see that too. It literally is for you to get to know yourself better. It is the coolest thing that I cannot believe that somehow in life, I mean, I can believe it because life is so freaking cool, that people were given the ability to be able to read the energy line that you came in on and your frequency of life path, that for you, if you wish to live, it's not like you have to live this stuff, but trust me, when it resonates, it feels good, so good to live what you're meant to live. I mean, why do you think we're all here walking around like, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? What's the meaning of life? Is because we don't know at the moment. And I'll tell you more about why we don't know that stuff either. That's the veil I was talking about, but that is gone now. We are allowed. The timing that is coming here, when I say coming, I mean like it's really coming here in less than a week. And in that timing, everything is flipped, and there are certain things that will be allowed now that wasn't because of the old cycle. This whole new cycle allows for a whole new thing, and that is actually why more and more of us are truly waking up to who we truly are, what we're meant to do, what we wish to do, what we were led to do, why we were born, why we chose to be born here at this time, on this frequency, on this life path number, in this realm, at this moment, to do what we wish to do. And that is when you feel so good with yourself instead of lost of what's going on. I don't know this, I don't know that, insecurities, all this, like, I don't like saying it like this because I actually think it's great because it leads you to who you are, but all the negative stuff that makes you low, instead of bringing yourself up, it keeps you down and looking at life like a bad way. And then your energies actually create a frequency that keep Earth at whatever level you wish. But if we all decide, and that's up to you what you wish to do, really you can do whatever you wish, but you can also change things within yourself that actually raise your frequency. And we all literally have infinite potential. And it's up to you what you wish to do. And it goes in any way you wish. You can be infinitely the best superhero or infinitely the best villain. And it's all up to you. It literally is up to you. Anyways, I hope that helped you guys a little. I know it wasn't super, super clear on the birth chart, but basically, like I said, you will have the line that you came in on, which is your birth date. So it'll tell you the line of energy you came in on. It will also tell you where the degrees of planets are, which affect you, which cause certain personality traits about you. And it will also tell you, there's more than planets. I know there's more than planets. I just can't think right now. I don't know. All of a sudden I just went, anyways, and it's now almost 15 minutes. So I'm sorry I went off on a tangent. Again, love you all. Enjoy. And yeah, definitely check it out. And I hope that helps you guys feel more solid about yourself, helps you figure things out about your life path. And we will get more into this soon because honestly, I take this stuff through everything. It's within me. It's imprinted within all of us. This is our DNA, okay? This is how cool it is. It's literally our cellular structure that makes us who we are into the world. And When you come into who you are, who you truly are, it is literally the best life ever. And it's possible for everyone. Your dream life that you've always wanted since you were a kid, it is who you were meant to be. But it's up to you who you choose to be today. And there is no pressure. You don't have to be that. That's the point. There is no pressure, literally. It's about breathing. It's about enjoying your experience. Are you enjoying your experience? If you are, continue what you're doing. If you're not, do you wish to do something about it? But you don't have to. That's the other thing. And it's at your own pace, right? There's no like, have to do this to get there unless you wish to. You literally can just go in your waves, go up and down, your good days and bad days, and take them as they come because you appreciate them, because the bad days help you appreciate the good, and the bad days also help you figure things out to give you good days. Like, there's just so much gratitude, appreciation, and things in every moment if you decide to see it. And I'm not trying to say it's easy. It's not, because I have definitely lived my whole life looking for the positive in everything. And when you do that, you literally do see the positive in everything. But does that mean that it's not hard? No, it doesn't. It just means that you got better in ways at handling things. And that's what people consider strength. So remember, our greatest weaknesses are actually our greatest strengths. So remember those moments when you're down there bawling, curled in a ball, crying, and you can't believe you're crying like that, and you're telling yourself not to cry. It's okay to cry. That crying helps you to release so much, which brings you to who you are. And I'm sorry I went off on all this stuff, but the point is because your birth chart calculator, it shows you who you are. And when it shows you who you are, there's a lot of healing for us to do, to go through. And that's going to lead to a lot of tears. It really is because so many of us don't even remember how much pain and trauma and suffering that we have put armor on for and buried down there and thought we dealt with. And in truth, we haven't, because here we are in this world, and look at how many people are sick. Look at how many people are unhappy. I'm sorry, but all of the physicalness, all of the physical ailments are from your emotional, mental, and spiritual things that you have not actually healed. And the birth chart calculator helps you to know more about yourself, so that you can become into more alignment of yourself to help you heal these things about you. I also feel like the birth chart calculator and life path number give you confidence within yourself to know that you do have the strength to go through whatever you're going through, because you, God, universe, source, creator, and everything else existing created your path for you because you knew that you had the strength to go through it if you wish. You really do. I love you all. Sorry I went off on a crazy tangent. I love you. Have a good day.